Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Biologia Vogue. Today we are going to study cell theory. Introduction to cell theory. Cell theory is a fundamental concept in biology that describes the properties and functions of cells, which are the basic structural and functional units of all living organisms. Cell theory is composed of several principles that have been developed and refined over centuries of scientific research. In this comprehensive explanation, we will delve into the principles of cell theory, their historical context, and the drawbacks or limitations associated with the theory. Now we study the three principles of cell theory. Cell theory consists of three fundamental principles that provide the framework for our understanding of cells and their role in living organisms. Principle 1. All living organisms are composed of one or more cells. Historical background. This principle can be traced back to the mid-17th century when scientists like Robert Hooke and Antony van Leeuwenhoek made early observations of cells using microscopes. Hooke's observations of cork cells and Leeuwenhoek's observations of microorganisms laid the foundation for this principle. Evidence. Subsequent scientific investigations, including studies of plants, animals, and microorganisms, have consistently supported this principle. Today, advanced microscopy and molecular biology techniques provide ample evidence for the presence of cells in all living organisms. Principle 2. The cell is the basic structural and functional unit of all living organisms. Historical background. This principle emerged in the 19th century as a result of the work of Matthias Schleiden, Theodor Schwann, and Rudolf Virchow. Schleiden and Schwann proposed that cells were the building blocks of plants and animals, respectively, while Virchow added the concept that cells arise from pre-existing cells. Evidence. The microscopic examination of tissues and organs has revealed that they are composed of cells organized into specific structures. Cells perform essential functions, such as metabolism, reproduction, and response to stimuli, making them the basic functional units of life. Principle 3. All cells arise from pre-existing cells. Historical background. Rudolf Virchow's contribution in 1858 solidified this principle. He argued that the idea of spontaneous generation, the belief that life could arise from non-living matter, was invalid, and that all cells originate from the division of pre-existing cells. Evidence. Modern cell biology and microbiology have provided extensive evidence for the process of cell division, including mitosis in eukaryotic cells and binary fission in prokaryotic cells. Additionally, advances in genetics have revealed the mechanisms by which genetic material is passed from one cell generation to the next. Now, there are drawbacks and limitations of cell theory. While cell theory has been a cornerstone of biology for centuries, it is important to acknowledge its limitations and areas where it does not fully explain complex biological phenomena. Drawback 1. Viruses and prion. Viruses. Viruses are infectious agents that are not considered living organisms. They consist of genetic material, DNA or RNA, enclosed in a protein coat but lack the cellular structures and metabolic processes seen in cells. Since viruses cannot carry out metabolic functions on their own, they challenge the definition of a cell as the basic unit of life. Prion. Prion are misfolded proteins that can induce abnormal folding in other proteins, leading to neurodegenerative diseases like Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. Prion do not consist of cells and are composed solely of proteins, raising questions about whether they fit within the framework of cell theory. Drawback 2. Cellular complexity. Multicellular organisms. Cell theory primarily focuses on single-celled organisms and the cellular basis of life. However, multicellular organisms, such as plants and animals, exhibit a high degree of cellular specialization and differentiation. The theory does not fully address how complex tissues, organs, and organ systems arise from the interactions of specialized cells. Cellular differentiation. The process of cellular differentiation, where cells within an organism take on distinct roles and functions, is not explicitly explained by cell theory. It raises questions about how cells acquire specialized functions and interact to support the functions of larger organisms. Drawback 3, Abiogenesis and Origin of Life. Origin of life. Cell theory focuses on the characteristics and properties of existing cells, but does not provide a comprehensive explanation for the origin of life itself. The theory does not address how the first cells arose from non-living matter in a process called abiogenesis. Precellular evolution. The transition from non-life to the first living cells is a complex and poorly understood aspect of the history of life on Earth. Cell theory assumes the presence of pre-existing cells, but does not delve into the precellular processes that led to the emergence of life. Drawback 4, Exceptional cases. Acellular entities. Some biological entities, such as certain intracellular organelles, example, mitochondria and chloroplasts, and symbiotic microorganisms, example, endosymbiotic bacteria, challenge the strict definition of cells. Mitochondria and chloroplasts are believed to have originated from ancient prokaryotic cells that formed endosymbiotic relationships with eukaryotic cells. While they have their own DNA and replicate independently, they are not considered separate organisms. Conclusion. Cell theory is a foundational concept in biology, encapsulating 3 key principles that describe the properties and functions of cells. While it has greatly advanced our understanding of life, it is not without its limitations. Viruses, prion, the complexity of multicellular organisms, the origin of life, and exceptional cases like mitochondria and chloroplasts challenge the completeness of cell theory. Nevertheless, it continues to be a central framework for studying biology, and ongoing research seeks to address these limitations and refine our understanding of the cellular basis of life. If you like the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe our channel Biologia Vogue. Yeah.